Have you ever wondered why everyone wants to be an influencer in this day and age? Well, I'm going to be answering that question for you. Today, I just really wanted to talk about that because I feel like this modern age of social media has changed the entire world. And, when I say the entire world, I literally mean the entire world. It's not just the United States, it's literally across the country as well. And social media has been able to connect people from all over the world and connect and build businesses at the same time. And so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about why that was possible. And I want to take us back to when COVID actually first started, right? Before COVID, I like to call it the BC, which is before COVID, and then AC after COVID. So that I'm going to differentiate before the two, okay? I think before COVID, it was starting since 2016. That's when social media was blowing up. YouTube was going crazy. Instagram was just for pictures and for friends and family mainly. And the social media world wasn't as big as we had first imagined. But once it got to a point where Instagram started to innovate and apps like Vine, apps like Musically, and then what is now TikTok has changed the entire game of social media. And so I'm going to be talking about that for a little bit. But also, I just want to take us to the time when COVID happened, right? During the time of COVID, everyone was quarantined in the United States. And I think this is when social media absolutely blew up. Everyone was just bored out of their mind and they wanted to do something to fill up their time and fill up the void. This is when TikTok blew up. Everyone who thought TikTok was for kids, it was not for everyone, they suddenly downloaded it and then they got hooked onto it, right? So that was the whole purpose of the COVID time and the quarantine. And I think this absolutely blew up the way social media was held and how it actually innovated for the future of social media. And so I want to talk about that for a little bit. But I first of all, I just really want to talk about why people want to become an influencer. And, when I was jotting down notes for this video, I was thinking about this and I was like, you know what? Number one, it's money, right? People think it's a very easy way to make money online because they see all the influencers making money. They see all the influencers driving the nice cars, getting all the Gucci or designer clothes that they show off online. And because of that, people tend to steer towards wanting to become an influencer themselves because they also covet the things that the influencers once had, right? That's one. Number two, I think it's for power and influence, right? The word influencer means you have the ability to influence somebody because you're an influencer, right? And showing that sort of power and conviction to other people, it gives you a sense of power. And that comes with really like a big load of responsibility, right? Because if you're able to convince and influence a majority of people in your audience, imagine what you can do, right? You can use it for good or you can use it for bad. You can use it to change people's opinions. You can use it to, do whatever you need about social media because you're put on that pedestal. All of a sudden in the social hierarchy, you are higher than everyone else. And I'm not saying that people that do social media are immediately higher. I think that's what the social construct has taught us, is that influencers have a greater deal of power. And I don't agree with that as well. But it is what it is. Like that's literally what caused influencers to become an influencer or a creator. It's because they're literally influencing people, right? So the idea of power, the idea of being able to influence someone is very, very a thin line of power, of responsibility. And so I just really wanted to talk about that too. And number three, and I think this is a more lighthearted one, it's for creative outlet. And people just want to share their life. They want to share their works. They want to share their business. That's all a reason to, build that creative outlet. And not only does it help businesses or people that are trying to, do like photography or videography, it also helps them make money because they get so-called leads, right? And so that's what social media is used for. And when it came down to those three, I don't see any other reasons. Someone might have any other reasons to start social media and make content, but I think it really comes down to those 3 points. And My advice is that there are a lot of setbacks to this because you tend to find yourself in a position where you're building a platform where you create a sense of power and influence over other people. And if you don't know how to control that, and if you don't know how to use it for good, you tend to use it for bad. So that's why you see people saying, oh, you sold your soul. A lot of influencers, the big time creators and influencers were celebrities. They sold their soul. I think what that means, right? Selling the soul doesn't necessarily mean they actually sold their soul to the devil, which I think there's some part of that. But I think it's because when it comes down to doing brand deals or when it comes down to making money, they're willing to do whatever it takes. And the one thing that I've seen is these top tier influencers, right? They make some sort of like crypto coin or like some kind of scam, and they scam their entire audience just for them to make a couple $1,000s. How crazy is that? How crazy is that they use their platform that got them the money, that got them their fame, and all of a sudden he turned their back on them and scams them out of a coin. That is a false usage of power and influence. That is a very, very bad point. And I think that's what it means to sell your sell your soul to the devil. It means you literally turn back on all moral code and ethics just for you to make a quick buck. And that's the one thing that I wanted to say about creating content. And if you're creating content to, for a creative outlet, good on you. You're doing an amazing job, and obviously you can make money. And I want every single influencer to make money. That's my job. That's the agency that I run. But that's what I've come down to. I've come down to those 3 points, and we're now at the stage of after COVID, which I believe is the new age of modern social media, and everybody has the ability to become an influencer, and everybody wants to become an influencer. And whether you use that power for good or bad, that's up to you. Right? I can't control that, but I suggest that you really look into your soul and be like, hey, if this situation were to come up, how will I handle it? And, I run an influencer marketing agency where I help influencers get brand deals so that they can actually make money and monetize their channels or social platforms. For me, I want to use that platform for good as well. I do not want to, get them brand deals that are against their moral code, that are against what they believe in. Maybe it's against their religion. Anything. I don't want to go against that. So for me, it's really important to stay within that vicinity of, purist, right? It's just trying to be as pure as possible while helping creators make money. And so that's my 2 cents on it. This is literally the reason why everyone wants to become an influencer. If you are trying to become an influencer and you want to monetize your social channel, contact me at j@truecommon.com or follow me on Instagram that I'll link below, and I will help you get started, and I will help you literally whatever it takes to get brand deals. So thank you guys for watching. Please be on the lookout for the next one. All right, bye.